Icebergs are blocks of ice floating in the sea. They are made of fresh water since they are fragments of glaciers or ice sheets formed on land that move slowly into the sea over thousands of years. Glaciers and ice sheets move downhill due to gravity. As they flow, cracks appear in them. When they reach the coast, they extend into the sea instead of coming to a halt, forming an ice shelf. The area and depth of the ice shelf extending into the sea can vary greatly. The grounding line, the line where the bottom surface of the ice shelf meets the land, is difficult to map precisely, since it depends mainly on the thickness of the ice layer. The ice shelf ends in the ice front. As a result of the tidal action, the power of the waves, and seawater flowing beneath the ice, chunks of ice break off from where cracks have appeared before. This phenomenon is called calving. These calved blocks of ice can fragment further to form a number of smaller icebergs of various shapes and sizes. Icebergs are of various shapes. They are classified as tabular, dome, wedge, pinnacle, blocky, and dry dock icebergs. Dry dock icebergs have a U-shaped slot or channel in the middle due to erosion. The bottom of this slot is usually located below sea level, thus making it look like two individual icebergs. This is what makes this type of iceberg rather dangerous. Icebergs vary not only by shape, but by size as well. The smallest ones, called growlers and bergy bits, measure a few meters in height and length, but there are also gigantic icebergs, measuring hundreds of meters in width and length. Icebergs around Antarctica are larger in diameter, about 300 to 500 meters, while icebergs in the northern hemisphere are smaller, about 100 to 300 meters in diameter. Icebergs float in seawater, and only about 1/10 of an iceberg is above the surface, with 90% of its volume underwater. Water molecules are connected by hydrogen bonds. These bonds form between the hydrogen atom in one molecule and a non-bonding pair or lone pair of electrons in an oxygen atom in the adjacent water molecule. In ice, a crystalline form of water, all the water molecules participate in forming hydrogen bonds, leading to an ordered structure in which the water molecules are located relatively far from each other. In liquid water, not all water molecules form hydrogen bonds, and since its structure is less ordered, water molecules are located closer to each other. Therefore, water ice has a relatively low density, lower than that of liquid water. This explains why ice floats on the water's surface. The majority of icebergs are found in the waters around the Antarctic. The Antarctic Circumpolar Current, also known as the west wind drift, carries icebergs from west to east. Icebergs, however, are also located in the northern hemisphere. These originate from islands located beyond the Arctic Circle and move south with the East Greenland Current, or the Labrador Current, until they melt in the warmer waters. The average lifespan of icebergs is about 2 to 3 years. The rate of the melting of glaciers and ice sheets has been accelerating recently. The causes originate in global warming, which is the result of the increasing proportion of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Global warming is adversely affecting people's living conditions and the global environmental balance. A 30 to 90 centimeter rise in the level of world oceans is forecast for the 21st century, which, in the long run,